Hey guys, welcome back to Topisphere, and today we're continuing with our Pokemon Tierlist series, this time with Gen 5. So Gen 5 is one of my most memorable generations, with my favorite Pokemon being in this generation, and you know that's going to Mount Rushmore tier later. Also, the A+ tier from the previous tier list is sticking, because not all Pokemon are S, and not all are A, but some can be in between. Also, before we start, I would just like to say that one of my cousins got really upset at the Gen 4 tier list. So don't worry, you're going to get rage baited even harder today. So with that out of the way, we begin. With the first Pokemon on the list, Victini, the Victory Pokemon. And it's going to go into A+ tier. I haven't really used Victini too much, but I think it's pretty insane. It looks very cute. It has like base stats of like 100 among all the stats, if I'm not wrong. Very cool Pokemon. I think it has a signature move as well. But yeah, I remember when Victini first came out, I'm pretty sure it was like a pure fire type and then it got added like fairy later. But yeah, overall, I love its design. I really can't remember what the signature move was, but I'm sure it had one and I remember that it was really cool. And just having a Pokemon be the Victory Pokemon, conceptually very cool, A+ tier. Next, we have the starters. And I'm gonna just spoil it right now. All of them are going straight into S tier. I have used every single one of them. I think I played White and Black 2 and White 2. I didn't play Black. Oh, was it Black? I can't remember. The one with Zekrom. My first game was the one with Zekrom, and then I played both Black 2 and White 2. And I've used every single one of them. The first game I played, I used Snivy, and it's pretty cool. And for Superior in particular, I'm pretty sure there was a set, because it's contrary, right? Which like doubles its stats if it gets a stat drop. So there was like a Leaf Storm Superior set, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I always liked Superior's design. I picked it first because I love snakes and it looks like a super snake or something. Also, I loved it in TCG Pocket with the Celebi deck. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, either way, S tier. Then I remember for Black 2, I think I started with Black 2. I used Tapic because Ember was like a cool punching pick to me. It looked very cool, and Tapic's really cute. You gotta give it that. So for that, yeah, I'm gonna put them all in S tier. It's cool. The whole line is cool. I don't really remember what I did with Ember too much, but yeah. So overall, I'm pretty sure I always brought the starter to the Elite Four and the champion. So you know what? S tier. Oh, for Oshawott, I think specifically. Oh, whoops. I think specifically for Oshawott, I have to make an Oshawott tier. For those who watched the previous video, you know that my girlfriend's favorite Pokemon is Piplup, but her second favorite Pokemon is Oshawott. We're adding that to the dictionary as well. So for that, I'm going to put Oshawott tier. I think it's only fair. But Duwat and Samurott, very cool. I can't remember what move it was, but I remember Duwat had this move that hits twice, and I always thought that, he has 2 seashells, so it hits twice, something like that. But yeah, very cool. I like Duwat a lot. It's one of my favorite middle evolution Pokemon, to be honest. Oshawott also like pretty decent. And of course, Samurott. I love Samurott's design. I think in this generation, all 3 starters are very cool. All deserve to be in S tier. Next, we have Pet Rat. I think that's his name anyways. And evolves the Watchdog. And I'm real, they're both going to C tier. In fact, Pet Rat goes to D. I'm sorry. I don't know who's going to get upset with this, but I genuinely have a great disdain towards Pet Rat. It doesn't do anything. It looks so weird. At least like Watchdog, I guess, looks slightly better. Like, when you catch like Zigzagoon and it evolves into like, I can't remember, Lilune or something, you feel like, okay, kind of cool. This is like, what is this? I genuinely don't know what these 2 things are, and I don't like them. I'm pretty sure I didn't catch them at all in the starter route. So yeah, no. The only reason it gets to C, like Watchdog gets to C, is because I think it looks kind of cooler slightly than Pet Rat. I really don't like Pet Rat. Compared to Lilap or Lililap, I think it's called Lilpup, something like that. I like this whole evolution line, very cool. And the fact that Stoutland gets Intimidate is also pretty insane. I like it a lot. Middling tier Pokemon. I remember I can't remember the first or second gym, but I remember that one of the gym leaders had it and it was like incredibly tanky. Was that a ROM hack? I don't know. Either way, very cool. I like it a lot. Very cool design. And yeah, definitely better than Pet Rat and its evolution Watchdog there. Now we have Purloin and Liepard. Purloin is just a cat, B tier. But Liepard, I'm gonna give A tier. Liepard seems insane. I remember there was like a meme competitive set of that. But apart from that, I don't really like. I not really like. I don't really know much about Liepard competitively. But in the general sense, it has prankster, it has fake out, insane, and it's like speed tier is like above 100 as well. So it's like semi decently fast. At least for this generation, it's pretty fast if I remember right. Very cool. I like his design. It's cool. I like Liepard a lot compared to the next 6 Pokemon, which are all going to D tier. In fact, you know what? I'm a make an E tier just for these 6. I'm gonna be real here. Like, I don't know if I'm pissing anyone off. I'm sure I am. I might be pissing my cousin off. No, it's going to be red. Yeah, I might be pissing him off, but it is what it is. All 6 of them go into E tier. Their purpose, their sole purpose is to beat the first gym. That's all. I'm convinced. What else do they do? All of them are so bad. That stats-wise horrific. They don't do anything. They're like a worse starter Pokemon. Absolutely atrocious. I dislike every single one of them. All these videos so far has been D tier. Yeah, no, we're adding the E tier just for the 6 of them. Yep. Also, I see Mega Audino, which, no, we're not talking about Mega Evolutions today, so yeah. Alright. Moving on, we have Munna and Musharna. I'm giving both of them, I'll move Munna in A tier and Musharna in A plus tier. Actually, no, S tier. And I'll move this up to A tier, A plus tier. Munna and Musharna, I can't remember, was it a side quest or something, but I really liked the concept of these 2 Pokemon. I really loved Musharna's design last time. And I hunted down Munna, and I'm pretty sure I have a shiny Musharna somewhere. Just because I like their design, and it's like this psychic baby flying around. Yeah. I remember when I did my first playthrough, the one with Survivor, I brought it to the Elite Four. So that has to be worth something. I loved it a lot. And I'm pretty sure I can't remember Black or White too, I did try to get it as well. But yeah, very cool design, and I really like it. Now, it's another controversial one. I'm sorry, I really don't like these weird looking ones. Pidove gets a D because it's just a pigeon. And Tranquil, I guess it can get a D. But I'm sorry. Unpheasant, or as some might call it, Unfazant, is going straight into E. It's a weird final evolution. You know, like, you have Pidgey, Pidgeot, Pidgeotto, you know? And then you have like, even right. I'll give Pharaoh like a decent final stage bird evolution, and then you comparing this the final stage of a bird evolution to Staraptor, and you have this crap Unfazant. Yeah, no, it looks so weird. I don't like it at all. E tier. I'm B triggered. It is what it is. It's a bird. It looks like a failed chicken or something. Next, we have Blitzer and Zepstriker. Honestly, not much opinion of them. They're going to see. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't think I really use them. I used Zepstriker like Lightning Rod before. I remember it got Lightning Rodded in one of the gyms. I think might be is it Elsa, the Electric type gym leader's gym? I used it, but nah, not much of an impression. It is what it is. Okay, fine. I'll be nice. I think it goes into B. I won't be mean. It goes into B. Yeah. Alright, now I think these 3 are very cool looking. Like Roggenrola, is it called Boldor? And Gigalith. Extremely cool looking Pokemon. I like it a lot. I like how they have, Gigalith has Sandstream. It just sets up the Sandstorm. Very cool looking Pokemon. The first time I saw it, I was like, wow, insane. I like it a lot. Goes into A. Actually, no, I'll give Gigalith an A plus tier. Very cool. I like his design a lot. I don't remember if I brought it to the Elite Four but I remember I did use it because its design is very cool. Next, we have Woobat and Zubat. And you might think I'm going to put these guys in a low tier, but honestly, I think I'll give them like a solid B tier. This is like the Zubat of this generation, right? I didn't really like it too much. I think I used it a little, especially Zubat, but I know it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of cool. At least like Woobat looks like a flying bat thing that's just a circle. Zubat looks like a full-on bat. I like it quite a lot. Looks like a vampire bat, honestly, like its nose. So yeah, I used it a little, and I like how it looks, so yeah, I'll give it a B tier. Now we have, of course, the fan favorites, Drillbur Excadrill. I think it's no surprise, it's going to Mount Rushmore. Actually, no, Mount Rushmore at the end. So we'll put it S tier first. I don't know whether, the Zekrom and Reshiram or their forms will go there, but you know what, we'll leave them in S tier. Honestly, these two Pokemon are iconic, specifically Excadrill. Excadrill is like one of the strongest ground types ever made, insane attack stat, relevant even till today with, I think, like the Excadrill Tyranitar Elite, with like you have Tyranitar starting out the Sandstorm, and this guy coming in with like double speed, just destroying everything. Insane looking Pokemon, I like it a lot. What more needs to be said? It's iconic. Even till today, it's still iconic. S tier. Next, we have Audino. I don't like Audino, but I don't hate Audino. I think C is a perfect tier for it. Audino is not like a Pokemon I have too strong opinions on. I don't like it, but I don't hate it either. So yeah, C tier. And we'll do Mega Audino when we get to Mega Evolutions. Now we have Timber, Girder, right? Girder, and Conkeldurr. So I think all of them just gets like A. Yeah. I like Conkeldurr though. In fact, I put Conkeldurr in A+. Conkeldurr has guts. Actually, all of them have guts, I'm pretty sure. So you can give it a Flame Orb and it hits very hard. I've always liked Conkeldurr's design. This just reminds me of like Machamp's entire evolution line. Very cool looking. Genuinely just like, it's cool. Guy goes from a wood to like a steel beam, to holding 2 stones. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Conkeldurr also has Sheer Force, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, but either way, very cool Pokemon. I like it a lot. Design-wise, very cool and very powerful as well. Yeah, A tier. Now we have Timepoil, something like that. Palpitoad and Seismitoad. All of them are going to A as well. Seismitoad is going to A+. Actually, I'm being a bit conservative here. I'll put Conkeldurr and Seismitoad in S. Seismitoad is one of my favorite Pokemons in this generation because of its typing. It just reminds me so much of like Marshtomp, the water ground, but also it has water absorb, which is very cool. It just looks so cool. It looks like a tanky frog. I've always liked it. I think Getsis uses it, and the first time I saw it with Getsis, I was like, wow, this guy looks cool. So yeah, I love his design. I love it's like, I don't know how to say it, like it's use in the game, I guess. I did use it a little. So yeah, it is what I'm pretty sure I made this guy learn Surf. I'm pretty sure he's my Surf user. So yeah, he gets S. Now we have Tro and Sock. C. They're like top Hitmonchan, but less iconic. C tier. I prefer Sock more though. Yeah, I do prefer Sock more, but not by that much. So C. Alright, another bunch of C tier Pokemon. We have Swaddle. I don't know what this guy's name is. Swaddaloon or something. And Levani. Nothing much to say. They're just like typical bug type Pokemon. Compared to the next 3, which is Venipede, Whirlipede, and Scolipede, which is definitely A tier. I really don't like Leavenidas. I'm real. I don't like her design. I'm not too comfortable with Pokemon that look like crickets or of those kind of species. So yeah, no. Scolipede, one of my favorite bug type Pokemon of all time. The ability to have speed boost is insane. I'm pretty sure Whirlipede and Venipede has it too, but Scolipede having speed boost is insane. You just turn 1 Protect and then he speed boost once, immediately you just start going for like anything. You can use Toxic, you can use like Venoshock if they're already poisoned. Very cool Pokemon. I think utility wise is very strong, and I like it a lot. Design wise also, very cool. I like all these like centipede looking Pokemon, so yeah, this one definitely takes the cake. Next, we have the VGC Pokemon, Cottony and Whimsicott. And Whimsicott and Cottony both get A+. Okay, no, I'm not a big fan of Cottony, so Cottony gets a B. Whimsicott gets an A+ though. I think there's a clip of Whimsicott taking off the thing behind and it looked really weird. But anyways, Whimsicott is one of the strongest support Pokemon of all time. It has Prankster, I'm pretty sure it has like Tailwind. High utility Pokemon, very, very high. I'm pretty sure it has Follow Me, not too sure though, but it's definitely an insane support Pokemon. I use it till today when I play on Pokemon Showdown. So yeah, 10 out of 10. I love Whimsicott a lot. Okay, now we have Patil, something like that, and Lilligant. They both get D. I'm sorry, I don't like either of these Pokemon. Yeah, my cousin might like Lilligant, I don't know. He might, but it is what it is. D tier. I don't like it. Like, it just looks weird. It just looks weird. I'm sorry. You look like a failed Roserade. Yep. Alright, Basculin. Basculin was one of my favorite Pokemon then, and I'm gonna give it A+ tier now. Basculin, I mean, taking Basculegion out of this, Basculin is a Piranha, right? And it's like a Carnivine, not Carnivine, the pre-evolution of Sharpedo. Carvanha is a Carvanha Light. So it's still cool. Conceptually, it's still cool. I like how it looks still. Just that it's not, S tier. It's just A tier. Yeah, I think it's fair. So we'll give Basculin A+. Next, we have the Krokorok line, Sandal, Krokorok, and Crocodile. I'll give them all A+ tier. Honestly, this whole evolution line is so cool. They look like crocodile thieves, if that makes sense. They look like crocodile bandits. I think their design, all three of them, is very cool. Like Sandal, the Krokorok standing up is like, a prerequisite for him becoming a big bandit crocodile. So yeah, I've only used him it's Intimidate, but I've only used him recently when I played ROM hacks. Back then, I used him a little, but it wasn't as much usage as I do now. So yeah, I think it might be the bias of using it, or recency bias, but A+ tier. Alright, Darumaka and Darmanitan. S tier. 100% S tier. So, both of them, very cool. I like both their designs a lot. But Darmanitan, especially having Zen mode, is insane. I'm pretty sure this is one of the Pokemon on my first team clear for the Elite Four, just because of how cool it looks like. So yeah, I think it's fair. S tier. I like the design. I love Zen mode. Incredible. I'm pretty sure it's Sheer Force as well if you didn't use Zen mode, but yeah. Alright, Maractus. Oh wait, you can rank Zen mode too. Alright, putting Zen mode in S tier then. I also, now looking at it, I might have to create a legendary tier just to put like Kyurem and friends, because ain't no way, like, Mount Rushmore is gonna be too crowded if you do. Yeah, but we'll get to it later. So Maractus, design-wise, pretty cool for a cactus. I think it's just a middling B tier. Nothing too much to say about it. I think it's pretty decent. Like, it looks like a cactus, I guess. So yeah, B tier is fair. Alright, Dwebble and Crustle, S tier. These guys are like hermit crabs, if I'm not wrong. And back then I used to have a hermit crab pet. Insane looking, really, really cute. Especially Dwebble. Dwebble looks so cool, and then it becomes Crustle. I'm pretty sure I brought him to the Elite Four too, because I just couldn't not bring the hermit crabs to the Elite Four. But yeah, very nice Pokemon. I love both of them so much. S tier. Alright, Scraggy and Crafty. Both of them get A+. I think A+. I don't want to put everything in S tier, but yeah, A+. Scrafty is insane because of Intimidate. I'm pretty sure it's like a pretty good move pool as well. It does a pretty decent amount of damage. I mean, like, its damage attack stat isn't that low. But both of them were pretty cool. I remember using them briefly in the game. But yeah, A+ tier is fair. I like both of them a lot. Next, we have Sigilif. This gets A tier. Sigilif, if that's even its name, very cool Pokemon. I liked it a lot the first time I saw it. This generation is the first gen that my parents bought me a guidebook along with the game. And when I saw this guy, I tried to speed run to get this guy because it looks so cool. It looked so weird and it looked so cool. I just had to get it, So I got it. Very cool. I love how it looks. And it may not be very strong, but I still like it a lot. Now we have another S tier, Yanmas and Conferegus. Another two of my favorite Pokemons on this gen. Very, very cool. Conferegus and Yanmas has that mummy ability, right? That whenever you hit it, your ability changes to mummy. So it's basically like not Gengar. I can't remember its name. Wheezing Light. It's Wheezing Light. Yeah, basically. It just tons of abilities. You just gotta hit it. But yeah, very cool Pokemon. I especially like Conferegus' design, but Yanmas' design is also very cool. Conferegus especially. I'm pretty sure I like Egyptian mummies back when I was a kid, so yeah, this design like encapsulated all of it. I'm pretty sure I brought it to Elite Four too. I love his design so much. Alright, now we have Tatwalga and Caracosta. I think the base turtles are B, but Caracosta's then definitely an A+. Okay, fine, base turtle gets A then. Caracosta was one of my favorite Pokemons back then. The two fossil Pokemons of this generation didn't really stand out too much to me. Archon and Archeops, like, it is what it is. I didn't like them at all. I mean, Archeops, like, nerfed itself with Defeatist, and I'm pretty sure Archon has it too. But design-wise, I gotta give them B. I didn't really use them too much. I used Archon a little, but I wasn't too big a fan. But for Caracosta and Turtwalga, I'm pretty sure I brought them to the Elite Four too. I love their design a lot. I mean, I like turtles a lot. I like reptiles in general, but they look like very cool reptiles. Obviously, Turtwalga's literally just a turtle, but Caracosta's like a super turtle. You know what I mean? A really cool turtle. So yeah, A+ there. I won't give it S because I don't think it's on the same level as like Conferrigus, but you know, A+ is still fine. Alright, Trubbish and Garbodor, B tier. Really, not much opinion on it. It's literally just a rubbish Pokemon. It is what it is. I think its design is quite cool, but I just didn't use it too much. So yeah, let's get B tier. Now then, my favorite Pokemon of all time, Zoroark. I'll put Zoroark in S. I think it's really cute, but my favorite Pokemon of all time, even till today, even though they released Hisuian Zoroark, Zoroark is still my favorite Pokemon of all time. Design very cool, ability, illusion very cool. I don't remember too much about it. I just remember that I used it once. I like that, you know, it had disguise, you know, it creates a disguise for itself. And yeah, I don't know, I like Zoroark a lot. Pretty decent attack stat too. Yeah. I wish it was better competitively. I would make a Zoroark like team, honestly. I love it a lot. I think it looks really cool. It's like in between edgy but still cool. You know what I mean? It's like kind of cool. I like it. All right, we have Minccino and Cinccino. I remember, if I remember correctly, they both have Technician, and I've used Minccino and Cinccino with Technician before, like in Pokemon Showdown random battles. And it was fun, so I'll give it B tier. Design wise, I don't really like it too much. They're just weird. All right, now we have the controversial Pokemon. Gothita, Gothorita, and Gothitelle. Gothitelle is going into A+. It enables Perish Trap. It's one of the most common Pokemon you use for a Perish Trap team. Iconic, I love it a lot. I think Wolfie popularized it because of Perish Trap, so let's give it that. For Shadow Tag, of course. And I'm sorry, I don't like Gothita. It creeps me out. I don't think it's... Okay. They should have done Gothorita into Gothitelle. And that's the whole evolution line. Gothita looks so creepy. I don't like it. It looks like a doll staring into my soul. Like, ain't no way, man. No, I don't like it at all. Like, E tier, no. I hate it so. It looks so creepy. At least, like, Gothorita looks like, I guess, like some edgy goth girl. But that's fine compared to Gothita with those eyes. Oh, lord, no. Yeah. Yeah, we're not doing that. Alright, next we have Solosis, I think. Then we have Duosion and Reniculus. B tier. I mean, I have nothing much to say about this. I'm pretty sure the champion uses it, if I remember correctly again. But yeah, very cool. Pure Psychic type Pokemon. Decent. I really don't have too much to say. I'm pretty sure I tried to use it. I didn't like it, so I just stopped. But yeah. Alright, Duckler and Swanna gets B as well. I think it's pretty cool that you find it on the bridge, if I'm not wrong. If I remember correctly, again, you find it on the bridge. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, very cool. Decent design. I mean, it goes from like ugly duckling to a swan, so, you know, it is what it is. I don't hate it. Next, we have Vanillite, Vanillish, and I think it's like Vanillux. I think that's his name. Yeah. Again, B tier. I really don't have too much opinions on these guys. They look kind of cool. Pretty sure you find it in the freezer or something, or the ice place. But yeah, I don't think I really use them, even till now. So yeah, B tier. Alright, Deerling and Swazbuck. Weird Pokemon, D tier. I don't know what's up with them. Swazbuck, I guess, kind of cool because it's like horns can change the season, but nah, not my thing. Not my Pokemon, D tier. Emolga, pretty cute. I give it A tier. Just because it's cute. I didn't really use Emolga too much, but design-wise, I like it a lot. So yeah, A tier. Alright, Carablast and Escavalier. Escavalier's going to A+. I love Escavalier's design. And Carablast is kind of cute. Design-wise, kind of cool as well. A tier it is. But yeah, Escavalier looks like an insane knight. In fact, the first time I found out that Escavalier was a bug type, I freaked out because like, ain't no way this guy's a bug type. But yeah, apparently it is. Bug Steel, right? So yeah, it gets A+ tier. Very cool Pokemon. 10 out of 10. Alright, next we have another VGC staple. We have a Fungus and a Mungus. I think it's only fair. It's only fair to put them both in S tier. Like, I don't think you can put it anywhere else. It has to be S tier. Among Us, the most cancerous VGC Pokemon to date, with Spore, with like ridiculous Rage Powder. It's insane. It's Sludge Bomb. The other Pollen Puff, yeah. Among Us is insane. I mean, truly, just like the game Among Us. But yeah, it's regenerated as well, so he just goes home. Yeah, pretty good. I didn't use it in my first playthrough, but nowadays when I do a solo run, sometimes I do. Yeah, S tier. If I give it any other tier, it's a disservice to the game, I'm pretty sure. So S tier. Alright, Frillish and Jellicent. I always thought Jellicent, especially the female form, looks really creepy. But I don't really hate the design. I think I'll just give it a C tier, something middling. Alomomola. Alomomola. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, E tier. Weird ass Pokemon. I don't like it. Joltik and Garvantula gets B. Pretty cool. Electric Spider. I like the design a lot. It's incredible to me that, you know, it's an electric spider. I'm pretty sure. I'm quite sure it's Compound Eyes or something. But yeah, I think I used it a little in the cave. I know I'm being very specific now, calling it a cave. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I used it a little. So yeah, B tier is fair. Alright, Ferroseed and Ferrothorn. They get A tier. I love Ferrothorn and its ability to tank. So I was playing Elite Redux, right? And I just used Ferrothorn. Basically like Iron Defense, so you max out your special defense stat and you just body press. Yeah, it's really fun. Or Heavy Slam. Yeah, very fun. I like Ferrothorn a lot. It's an insane tank. 10 out of 10. Definitely a good Pokemon. In fact, I could put it in contention for A+. In fact, I'm probably gonna do it. Yeah, A+ tier. Even Ferroseed looks kind of cool. Yeah, it's a Spike Ball. Alright, now we have Kling Clang. Put in A tier probably. I like those three a lot. If I'm not wrong, they have Shift Gear, which is very cool. So yeah, I mean, nothing much else to say. You shift gear a few times, you just start sweeping. Also, they're just like progressively getting more and more gears. Yeah, A tier. I think it's fair. Alright, next we have Electric and Electros. Jetsis or Getsis use this. I think it's the first Pokemon that doesn't have a weakness, which is, you know, Levitate. A tier. Actually, no, S tier. Yeah, I think this is fair. I like them both a lot. I like the fact that it's Electric with Levitate. It's such a shame that its stats are so middling that it's just not viable competitively. But it is so cool. It's supposed to be like a Lamprey or something, right? But yeah, very cool Pokemon. I love it a lot. Design-wise, very, very cool. 10 out of 10. 100% S tier. Yep. Alright, LGM and BGM. I'm definitely gonna put them in S tier too. These two are one of my favorite Pokemon back then as well because they look like robots and I like robots a lot. So yeah, I remember I went to the tower and I kept getting Golurk instead of them, or Golem. Kept getting Golem instead of them. So yeah, but S tier, 100% S tier. They're very cool. I remember they had like Signal Beam or something. I just like to spam beams because I thought they were robots. So yeah, S tier. Next, we have Litwick, Lantern, and Chandelier. Ghost Candles, A tier. Conceptually, very, very cool. Also, Chandelier is like quite fast, right? If I'm not wrong. But yeah. A tier, I think it's fair. Like I said, conceptually insane, they are Ghost Candles. What more can you ask for? 100% A tier. Yeah. I didn't use them, by the way. I didn't really use them too much. But I've seen them and I think they're cool. Also, I realized I did not rank Dynamo. Dynamo, I think is actually unironically S tier. Whoops, I didn't mean to move Chinchino. Dynamo goes to S tier. I'm just not too fond of this like middling lamprey looking thing compared to Dynamo and Electros. Yeah. Alright, another S tier I see. Axu, Fracture, and Hexorus. Axu is really cute. I'm gonna give it that. Axu is really cute. And Hexorus is of course a iconic Pokemon in this generation. I don't know why it was I saw it, but I'm pretty sure Hexorus isn't a pseudo-legendary. But yeah, I like Hexorus a lot. Very, very cool. Because I'm pretty sure Hydreigon is the pseudo-legendary of this gem, not Hexorus. But still, it feels like a pseudo-legendary. Very, very cool Pokemon. I love it a lot. The first time I saw it, I remember I used Outrage on it, and I was very confused why my Pokemon couldn't move, or I couldn't pick my move after Outrage. But yeah, I like its design. Very, very cool. And Iris uses it, so yeah. Alright, Cuptrue and Batic. I'm gonna rank it with Cryogonal. They're all going to C tier. I mean, it's a polar bear and a... Okay, fine. Cuptrue gets B because it's cute. Batic is just a polar bear and Cryogonal is just a snowflake. I don't know what else you're supposed to get out of them. Yeah, just C tier. Alright, Shelmet and Exceligor. I think Exceligor goes into the same tier as Escavalier. In fact, I always thought of them as a pair. No, Shelmet gets B. I was not too big a fan of his design, but it's not that bad. B tier. Escalagor, very cool. Again, another shock to me when I found out it was like pure bug type or something. But yeah, to me it's like, you know, two sides of the same coin, both Escavalier and Escalagor. Very cool Pokemon. I like the designs a lot. Alright, Stunfisk, E tier. Weird looking Pokemon. Just a weird one. Yeah, E tier. Mienfoo and Mienshao, B tier. Okay, Mienfoo gets C. I'm not a big fan of Mienfoo, but Mienshao definitely gets B because it's like, I don't know how to say it. It's a fighting cat. Let's put it that way. It's a fighting cat. Very cool concept. I like how it has the like long flowy paw things because it's like those Chinese, I don't know what to call it, like Chinese warriors fighting. You see all those like old Chinese movies where it's like in the palace. Oh, if you watch Apothecary Diaries, they look like that looks like what Mao Mao has on the sleeve. Yeah, the long sleeve. Yeah, B tier, very cool. Druddigon, A+. Very cool design for a dragon. I mean, I can't really say Pokemon does dragons too like, you know, a standard design, but it stands out. This is like one of the most standard dragons you can see, and it stands out. The red face and everything. I'm pretty sure I brought Druddigon to the Elite Four. Very, very cool. I like it a lot. 10 out of 10. The only reason it's not S tier is just because, yeah, I just don't think when you compare Druddigon to Hexorus, like, you know, it stands a chance. So yeah. Alright, Golett and Golurk. I think A tier is fair. I like both of them. I like Golems a lot. It's just the only thing is, you know, the reason I didn't use it is because it was in my way from getting LGM, and I prefer LGM over a Golem. So yeah, but I think it's very, very cool. No Guard is an insane ability. You skill swap it. You can like do some manipulation to have a Pokemon with No Guard and Sheer Cold. Yeah, pretty cool. 10 out of 10. Unfortunate that, you know, I didn't get to use it as much, but yeah, A tier is cool. I've used it a little nowadays, but yeah, apart from that, pretty decent. Cool design though. Alright, Pawniard and Bisharp. We're not gonna count King Gambit here, we're just gonna count Bisharp. B tier. Nah, I'm kidding, A tier. Bisharp, even back then, was very, very cool. To me, it was like a metal Lucario. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like Lucario, but metal. And yeah, I like this design a lot. Dark Steel type is insane. I mean, not that insane, but you know, and I mean, the fact it evolves the King Gambit definitely like plays it up for me a bit. Of course, I'm saying we're not including King Gambit, but you can't get it out of my mind that it evolves to the King Gambit, right? So yeah, pretty cool. I do like it a lot. Alright, Buffaland. It's like Tauros, but like, you know, alpha form or something. C tier. Nothing too much to say about it. It's Elders like main or something, right? Yeah, I mean, it's cool, I guess. C tier. Now we have Rufflet and Braviary, B tier. I think they look kind of cool. I think Braviary looks very cool, you know. Cool design, very, very cool. Sheer force, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, I mean, I just like his design, basically. Now we have Valabi and Mandibus. I'm going to put them in B tier as well. The only reason I liked Mandibus is because I liked vouchers back then. Obviously, Mandibus looks like a voucher. And yeah, I tried to use it a little. It wasn't that strong, but yeah. I mean, I like it. Looks kind of cool. No complaints of his design. So yeah, middling tier. Heatmore. I'm gonna be real with all of you. I really don't like Heatmore's design. And Durant too. Durant, maybe. Durant will get a C. Because it's like a maybe. Heatmore's getting a D. I don't think it's so bad it deserves an E. But genuinely, I just don't like Heatmore's design at all. So yeah, D tier. Bye Heatmore. Okay, now it's another obvious S tier. Dinos, Relius, and Hydreigon. These guys I liked for a totally different reason. I don't know how many of you watched Bakugan, but in Bakugan there was that girl that used like Hydronoid or something, right? And Hydreigon just reminded me so much of that, that I had no choice but to like it. In fact, the guidebook that I told you guys my parents got me, when I saw Hydreigon, I immediately was like finding out how do I get Dino ASAP. Because I really wanted to get the Dino to evolve it into Hydreigon. And yeah, very cool. I love Hydreigon's design so much. And I mean, thank God Hydreigon is actually like somewhat competitively viable of like a Draco Meteor set. I'm pretty sure there's like a ridiculous amount of coverage moves like Flamethrower and everything. Yeah, I love Hydreigon a lot. 10 out of 10. You know what? I'm just gonna put it in Mount Rushmore right now. Yeah, it's going straight up. I love it a lot. 10 out of 10. Alright, now Vesta and Volcarona, both S tier. Yeah, really filling up the S tier here, but the first time I got them, I didn't even know if they're like mythical or whatever. But the first time I saw La Vesta, I was like, okay, something is cool about this. I evolved it, became Volcarona, and I was like, okay, this has to be a very strong Pokemon. And yeah, it was. Nowadays, you can do like a Quiver Dance set on it, right? But back then, I remember I just spammed like Heat Wave or something. But very cool. I love his design so much. It's like a Fire Morph. Potential for Mount Rushmore, I'll say that. Potential. But I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. So I'll just leave it as that for now. Alright, now at the Justice Trio. Convalion, Terrakion, and Virizon. I'll confidently say that they all go into S tier. Okay, yet again, the A tier, A plus didn't solve the issue because, yeah, it looks really crowded. But I'll put Verizon in A plus. I'm sorry, I don't like the grass deer looking thing. Not a fan. But Convalion and Terrakion, very, very cool. I'm pretty sure I brought Terrakion and Convalion like to beat Elite Four in one of my playthroughs. I'm pretty sure. I especially like Convalion though. Like as a leader himself, his like sacred sword, very powerful. I like Convalion a lot. Terrakion, yeah, not too far behind, but Verizon, I mean, I don't hate his design, but I don't like it as much as Convalion and Terrakion. Alright, now we have Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus. Okay, we're gonna go individually because they have two forms. Tornadus, I mean, I can say it right now, they're all gonna get S tier, yeah? But Tornadus, the bird form, I didn't use it as much because I like base Tornadus having like Prankster and basically being able to just, use status moves first. I'm pretty sure Tornadus, yeah, it's still relevant now in VGC because you got Bleak Windstorm. But very, very cool. I love his design. This thing, I don't know what this is. Looks like it's trying to be a bird, but not really. Don't really like it too much. I think A plus is fair. Thundurus, they're both getting S tier. I like its Tyrian form a lot. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure, like, for starters, Thundurus got a lot of things nerfed because it was very, very strong back in the day. But its Tyrian form just looks so cool with his arms like doing that weird thing. Very cool. I love his design a lot. And yeah, most definitely S tier. And of course, the final one of the trio, Landorus. Yeah, both of them are equal cancer. This guy, the one I'm clicking here, has Sheer Force. Makes it hit very hard. This guy's Intimidate. Both of them are like competitive Pokemon, like problems. They're extremely problematic. But very cool. I like them a lot. Very, very nice. Yeah. I mean, in conclusion, all three of them are cool. But I don't like this thing a lot. I don't like this parrot-looking thing. Yeah. Alright, now we get to the big hitters, and where I'm probably just gonna create a tier called Legendary because I really don't want to rank all of them. They're all going to S, and I really don't want to flirt the S tier anymore. Yeah, just going to go into the Legendary tier, I guess. Whoops. Okay, yeah. Alright, we'll go one by one. So let's start with Zekrom and Reshiram first. More specifically, Reshiram and Zekrom. So, yeah, I obviously have a lot of memories with this guy using Fusion Bolt and Fusion Flare. Very powerful moves. I like both of them a lot, design-wise and everything. Lore-wise as well, incredible. But one of my favorite things is that N, I think canonically has both of them. And I remember there was this Pokemon animation, I can't remember, was it like Journey Together or something? But like everyone was fighting and N appeared. And this is recent, by the way, like this is like official animation if I remember correctly. N appeared and it's just Reshiram and Zekrom behind him flying in, like, yeah, I mean, it's basically aura farming. Yeah, I mean, nothing much else to say. I love them both, design-wise, incredible. And of course, okay, fine, we'll talk about Kyurem as well. Kyurem, initially, I wasn't too big a fan because I didn't know about the original dragon, that they were supposed to three be fused into one. But Kyurem, to me, before knowing about original dragon, felt off. Like, you know, you had these two guys which are like a duo, and you have Kyurem. Like, you know, where do you stay? Where do you fit in the party, buddy? And that gets me to Kyurem White and Kyurem Black. You can't introduce a concept of the original dragon having all three fused together and we get an incomplete form. I love both of them very much. Let's get that out of the way. Kyurem Black and Kyurem White and the idea of Pokemon fusing is so insane to me that till this day, I still play Infinite Fusion sometimes because I just like the concept of fusing Pokemon. It's so cool and they only did it once. If you don't include Zygarde like merging. But it's ridiculous that you introduce the original dragon, but you only give 2 out of 3 of the original dragon, not the original one itself. You know, oh wait, I totally forgot. Ultra Necrozma fused Solgaleo and Lunala to become Ultra Necrozma. Why couldn't they have made all 3 of them fuse into one? I don't know, but I just hope one day we get like Legends Kyurem or something and we finally get to see the original dragon. Because ain't no way you gave these 2 forms but not the original dragon. Yeah, alright. Sorry guys, rant over. Keldeo... Okay, Keldeo's not going Legendary. Yeah, I'm sorry. Keldeo's getting like A+. Like, it's cool that the Sword of Justice are supposed to train Keldeo and then Keldeo learns like Secret Sword or something. But frankly, not too big a fan. I mean, Keldeo, it is what it is. It's just a unicorn. I mean, it came in later as well. You know, late to the party, as they say. Yeah. Alright, Meloetta, not much opinion, honestly. I think it's quite cool that she can change forms. Well, put an A tier. Pretty interesting that she sings and stuff though. But yeah, not too particularly fond of Meloetta, to be honest. Fond enough to put in A tier. I'll give it that. Fond enough to put in A tier. And last but not least, we have Genesect. And Genesect goes solidly into S tier. In fact, for me, it goes around Mount Rushmore. Genesect is quite cool. Apart from the fact it can change forms and whatever with you know the discs, it just looks so cool. And the first time I got to play with it was in a ROM hack, and I remember I sold the whole game with Genesect. It's genuinely such a cool Pokemon. It's like an insect in armor and there's a cannon on its back. I mean, design-wise, incredible. Don't ask what young me was thinking, but yeah, I love Genesect a lot. Very, very cool Pokemon. Yep. Anyways, guys, here's the very big tier list. I'm gonna try to zoom in a little. Oh, okay, this is it's a bit problematic. I'm gonna have to figure something out for the thumbnail. But theoretically, this is the whole tier list. Let me know what you think. Oh wait, I need to add a Pokemon to Mount Rushmore. I think it's only fair. If I add the strongest Pokemon of all time, Alamomola, in the... No, I'm kidding. No, it stays down there. I think I'm gonna give it to Landorus, I guess. Anna. The copper answer. I'll give it to Darmanitan, because Darmanitan has the most memories with me about the Zen mode and everything. I'll give it to Darmanitan. In fact, you know what? Darmanitan Zen mode gets it, even though I barely saw it. Yeah. Anyways, here's the tier list. Apologies, it's so small. Usually this tier list maker list, you see like the Mega Audino, right? Usually for the other generations, they include Mega Evolutions. I forgot about Audino, to be honest, but usually I like these sprites better. But because they include Mega Evolutions, I couldn't really use the tier list for the rest of the videos. But because I thought that there was no Mega Evolutions today, I can finally use this because I like the sprites a lot more. But yeah, it is what it is. Here's the tier list. Let me know what you all think in the comments. I intend to do a proper video next week that's not a tier list. We'll see what happens with it. But anyways, the Gen 6 one will be coming out next. If you all enjoyed, please help me like, subscribe, share. Helps the channel out a lot. I'm really trying to hit like 1k subs. So it can monetize the channel and can do bigger projects. I really want to do bigger projects, but honestly right now, I don't know. I enjoy these tier lists a lot. And also, topically speaking, because essentially I'm operating like for free, I'm very limited with the materials which I can use, like the stock images and all. I'm essentially using whatever Canva gives me and some other websites. So yeah, I'm really trying to stay away from AI, I'm gonna be real. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get to 1k soon so that we can try to do a bit more. If it's a bit more cash coming in, I can do a bit more. When I say a bit more cash, I mean there's like 0 coming in now. So it is what it is. I'm doing it for the love of the game, boys. I hope you all like it. But yeah, enough rambling. Apologies. I'm getting used to this no script thing. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. Here's the tier list again. And yeah, thank you all for watching.